Our school, Michael Nagar Shikhaniketan, government-sponsored co-ed English medium higher secondary, has taken an excellent initiative in conducting online classes through YouTube channel. Even in this pandemic situation, our school did not step aback in providing and enhancing knowledge to the students. So, it's a request to the viewers, please like, comment and subscribe.
Hello everyone, how are you? I hope that you all are fine. Now today we will start one new chapter about phrases and clauses. This is completely different chapter, so I think that you all will enjoy after understanding the topic. Now we have already learned about the tense form, we have already learned about the parts of speeches. Let's proceed. Now first of all, look at the examples that I have written on the board. She is putting the books in the bag. Number 2, it is a black and white colored ball. Now in the book black and white, these are the words that I have underlined. Now what is the significance? These are the phrases. What is the spelling? Phrase. A group of words that makes incomplete sense. Very, very important. That makes incomplete sense, that does not make any sense, that means that does not have any meaning. Okay, unless and until I put in the bag black and white these words in a sentence, these words individually does not have any kind of meaning. What I told, that if I only write in the bag black and white, only write the words individually without having in a sentence, then the words do not have any kind of meaning. But whenever I will put these words in a sentence, the sentence will have a complete meaning. These words are called the phrases. So what are phrases? You will have to say that phrases are the group of words that does not have any complete sense. Understood? That does not have any complete sense, that does not have any subject and predicate. Phrases do not have any subject and predicate. They are only the group of words that are sit with the sentence and then it makes a complete sense. That means the phrases may have a subject or may not have a subject, may have a verb or may not have a verb. Understood? Because they are incomplete in the meaning. So these are the phrases. So if I go through the 3 sentences, you will understand that without giving any kind of without writing in a sentence, these words cannot have any kind of sense. Number 1, they have a large statue. What? Made of wood. So made of wood is a phrase, because if I write only made of wood in a sentence, in a word individually, if I write, it does not make any sense. But if I write made of wood in this sentence, then the sentence will be good, the quality of the sentence will enhance. Number 2, to win the competition is my desire. So if I only write to win the competition, the sentence does not have any meaning. So to win the competition is also a phrase. The number 3, my house is next to the garden. So if I only write next to the garden, these words also do not have any sense. But whenever I will write next to the garden in a sentence, the sentence will be completed. So this way you have to identify in a sentence which one is the phrase without which the sentence can complete, cannot complete, or but only writing the phrase there will be no meaning. Now let's proceed towards clause. Now what are clauses? Now first of all go through the examples. Number 1, we left the school early as it was far away from the airport. Okay, we left the school early as it was far away from the airport. Now another one, he wanted to return to Meerut as he needed to join work immediately. So what is the significance of these lines? You can see that these are the these lines have a subject and also a predicate. So what is the meaning of this? That clause is a kind of sentence where we can find both a subject and a predicate, understood, but and also have a significant meaning. So what is the difference between the phrase and the clause? Difference is that phrases do not have any complete meaning, do not have subject and predicate, but clauses have a complete meaning, have a subject and a predicate. Makes sense, but the phrases do not make sense when it is been written individually. So these are the differences between phrases and clauses. Now if we go through the two examples, we will see that we left the school early. This is one kind of sentence. We left the school early. This is one individual sentence, means without writing as it was far away from the airport, I can write it as a sentence. We left the school early. This is a sentence. Another sentence will be, it was far away from the airport. This is also a complete sentence. If I write individually the sentence, it was far away from the airport, this is also an independent sentence. So if I write both the sentences individually, here also I can find subject and predicate. He is the, we is the subject, left the school early, predicate. There also I can write identify the subject and predicate. It will be the subject and was far away from the airport will be the predicate. So both the sentences have the complete meaning. If I do not write the whole sentence, the two sentences together, if I write individually, then also there will be the subject and predicate. I think that you are understanding what am I saying. But if I join the two sentences, if I join we left the school early and it was far away from the airport, if I join together to two sentences, then the word will be used like a conjunction. That word is called the clause, as. Understood? That means as is binding the two sentences. We left the school early and it was far away from the airport. That means it is the clause. Next one, same. He wanted to return to Meerut. This is a sentence, complete sentence, and he needed to join work immediately. This is also a complete sentence, and both the two sentences are joining with the help of as. So whenever we will find that in a sentence there is a subject and a predicate and makes a complete sense, then that will be considered as the clauses. Next comes about the two clauses that are been given in your book. Clauses are divided actually in three parts, but here I am telling about the two types of clauses because it is mentioned in your book. So first one is the main clause. Main clause means here no other sentences are joining, only one sentence will be there and it have a subject and a predicate. For example, Iti draws picture, Iti is the subject and draws picture is the predicate. That means what is the main clause? Main clause is a kind of sentence that has one subject and predicate and that acts individually, independently. Main clause can also be considered as the independent clause. Understood? Next comes the subordinate clause. Now what is the difference between main clause and subordinate clause? Difference is that main clause is independent, do not need any kind of helping, but subordinate clause is not independent, it take the help of other sentence. For example, we played football yesterday because it was a holiday. So this sentence is taking the help of because. This sentence is taking the help of because. So we played football yesterday, this is a part of the sentence that has a subject and a predicate, and it was a holiday is also a part of sentence. also another sentence, understood, and both the sentences are joining with the help of because. So, because is the subordinate clause. Why? Because this word is joining the two sentence. So, whenever we will find that there is no kind of helping and there is one subject and predicate, that will be considered as the main clause, and whenever we will find that there is a word that is joining the two sentences, that as the linking verb it is joining the two sentences, those sentences will be considered as the subordinate clause. Now, next we will go through some of the exercises where you have to identify which one is the phrase and which one is the clause. Now, listen, these are the exercises that have been given in your book, page number 86, identify phrases and clauses. Okay, I have already written the answers, the rest of you try yourself at your home. Number 1, we are having a fete at school. We are having a fete at school. So, if I underline these words, so you have to tell that is it a phrase or a clause. It is definitely a phrase, because if I write only a fete at school, then that does not have any meaning unless and until I write the words in a sentence. That means a fete at school do not have any subject and predicate, that is the example, that means it is the example of phrase. Number 2, this is a student who won the race. If I give the underline over here that who won the race, then this is an example of the clause. Now, why clause? Because who won the race also do not have any subject and predicate. So, why I have written here clause? Because this is a sentence, individual sentence, this is a student, and also won the race is also individual sentence. So, both the sentences are joining with the help of who as the helping or subordinate clause. That means the sentence is an example of the clause. Number 3, this class was quiet while the teacher told the story. So, the spelling will be Q-U-I-E-T. This class was quiet while the teacher told the story. So, this is also an example of clause, because the while is helping the sentence to write. So, this is also the example of clause. Number 4, I like climbing this tall old green tree. This is an example of phrase, because tall old green tree is not a complete sense, does not make any complete sense. So, it is also an example of phrase. And number 5, my brother and I will fly kites this evening. This is also phrase, because if I write my brother and, only up to this I have given underline. So, if I write my brother and, this is also does not making any kind of sense. So, this is also an example of phrase. So, in this way you have to do the exercises. I hope that you have understood. Next we will, the chapter is over. Next video we will start one new chapter. Till then, goodbye and stay safe.
Subscribe. Click on the bell. Like, comment, share.